It's time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online for all your website needs at sonicwebstudios.com. The Mike Wagner Show brings you interesting people doing interesting things all across the globe. Now, let's get started on the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com. Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking a budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. Also on Facebook at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can also download and listen to the Mike Wagner Show on SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and also you can watch the interview on YouTube as well. Back by popular demand, longtime lawyer and pursuing a lifelong dream of acting. He's been over 300 projects and continues to add on more and getting so many awards and so much recognition that as we speak, he's hired some people to build another room in his house for all these awards. And he's done it in just a few years. And this guy is just unbelievable. And this guy is literally rolling in the deep. Not with Adele, of course, but we'll talk about that. And ladies and gentlemen, we got the resident of Texas, now living in sunny California, and he's just been having fun with it and getting more to it. We have a good reason to talk about rolling in the deep. Samuel Robert Whitehill. Samuel, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us, and good to have you back.
It's great to be back. You sound so really natural on the radio. You have such a great voice.
Oh, well, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Wait till you hear me on weekends, and you'll find out, too. So we'll talk about that off the air. So, okay.
I'll have to subscribe to your weekend edition then.
Sounds great. We'll get that out to you. So you've been a longtime lawyer pursuing a lifelong dream, been over 300 projects within a few years, which has been very impressive. You won numerous awards. And, of course, you got one of your most famous ones, Rolling into Deep, and this is a very appropriate time to have it for the month of February. Before you get to all that, tell us once again briefly how you got started in the acting business.
Well, it all happened. I really started a long time ago when I was just out of law school, and I was feeling kind of down, and I saw, here's something interesting, a student movie. They have a film department at the University of Texas, like so many universities have these days, and I read for it. I read the lines, and they said, "Oh yeah, you'd be perfect for this. This guy's it's about a guy who's sort of in a dour state of mind," and I was feeling that way myself. And it was about a guy working in a tourist western town, doing fake gunfights, and he had some psychological problems. He had problems with his girlfriend, and it was great working. He learned how to behave behind the camera. In front of the camera. And what happened, though, the students really messed up on some technical issues, and they couldn't ever finish the film, and it died in the cutting room. The cutting room was a place where you used to cut the celluloid and edit that way. This was back a long time ago when they really had the cutting rooms.
Mm-hmm.
But all I got out of it was a still shot. It's on my IMDb page. I'm standing there in black and white photograph with a black beard and shooting a Colt 45, and so that sort of stayed the way it was. My wife had it on her wall for a long time in her office. Now my younger daughter has it on her wall, but we moved out to Burbank to be closer to two of our kids and some of our grandkids, and I started working as an extra with Central Casting, where you'd sit in a cafe or something, or you'd walk across the room, give the air of reality to a TV show or movie. And then one of the seminars I went to said, you guys are background actors. You actually are actors, and it wouldn't hurt if you took acting lessons. It might give you some better roles. So I did, and my kids that year for Father's Day bought me headshots. They paid a photographer to take some headshots, and I started taking acting lessons. And then in a few more months, I started going on auditions for spoken principal roles, and it took a while. And I ended up getting a few, and it just picked up after that. And here we are today, 3.5 years later, and enjoying every minute of it.
It sounds like you're really enjoying every minute of too. Of course, your latest one, Rolling in the Deep, which is getting a lot of critical acclaim, and currently playing. Come up in February on Black History Month. We'll talk about that, and of course, it's won some awards too at the L.A. Film Fest. You also had won a couple awards for dress rehearsal with was it Monkey Bread, and also the Unreal Film Awards. And the most you got was the guitar. You won 3 from the Global Fest Film Awards, also the New York Film Awards, and also the Independent Short Awards. So, you can just tell us about some of the awards, and also a couple about a little bit about the dress rehearsal and the guitar as well.
Yeah, well, the dress rehearsal is about a method actor who took his method acting too seriously. He was going to play a role of a gentleman who was a cross-dresser, and he actually himself cross-dressed and got he got beat up in a very terrible way by some very bad guys. And I played the director who was with his wife at a car park where the actor had his day job, and we told him to come to our audition. And that was that film is doing very well. It's on several special TV channels that specialize in short films. And the guitar is by the same filmmaker, Michael Boston. It's about a child who had a guitar, and eventually he had some trouble in life, became a vagrant, an alcoholic, homeless, and I play the judge who sends him up the river. But he had a third film. It's on IMDb now. It's not finished yet. They're still editing it. It's called Jesus Rides a Harley, about a person also played by Michael Boston, the filmmaker, who claims to be Jesus, and he rides a Harley Davidson motorcycle. And my role in that one is one of the neighborhood people. I'm the homeless guy who's half drunk all the time, and it's a really nice movie. It should be coming out I'd say in a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some feature films coming out. One is called Wade in the Water. It should be coming out this spring. Another is called The Cry, which is a spy thriller, which is coming out. And I've been in a lot of projects over the past year, and now they're coming to fruition. It takes a while to edit them and to prepare them for an audience, and one hopes that they'll do well.
Mm-hmm. And plus, you also got some as well, too, of feature films like Somerset, Tiptoe Through, Life, and Genesis, Fly of the Sparrow, and maybe you can tell us about some of the things that just stood out in those movies as well, too, and where can they find them?
Yeah, well, Somerset should be coming out pretty soon. It's in edit. When you do an edit of a movie, you just don't place the scenes the way you want them. You also have to edit the sound. You have to edit the color. You make a lot of corrections that you don't realize have to be done until the film is ready to produce and to distribute. But it's a sci-fi drama in which a space vehicle is hovering over a western city a city on the west coast of the United States, a fictional city called Somerset. And I play the President of the United States, who's in his bunker with his Joint Chief of Staff and his Vice President. Then I find out that there is being organized an attempted coup d'etat to overthrow me as president.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another element to the movie. Andre Coleman is a black filmmaker, and he always puts something of African American interest into the film, and there is a great deal of that in Somerset. So it's like 3 films in one.
Mm-hmm. Would that be considered part of Black History Month as well, too, with Somerset?
Well, it probably won't be out for Black History Month, but for next year, I'm sure it will be. And I have a feeling it'll be ready in the later part of the spring, but you never know because it's a very detailed process to edit a film.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hardest part. It takes a few months or a few weeks or sometimes a few days to film something. Then it takes a few months or even a couple of years to edit it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and also we also get into some new media as well, too. And, of course, you like to get in some comedy as well, too, like The Last Resort, This Is Your Brain on Propaganda, Gun Control, David Lynch's Middle Finger. David Lynch's Middle Finger. It's like, is he trying to do a Twin Peaks or something, or what?
I have no idea. I just, what you do when you act in front of a camera, and this is, you sort of have to forget that there's anybody out there. You have to forget that there's a camera. You just go into your most creative state, whether it's drama or comedy. If you're sad, you're happy. I go in there. I really sometimes don't know how I'm going to speak or behave until I actually do it. It's a little different from method acting where you think about things in your own life or you sometimes analyze everything on the script. I work with Steve Easton, who's my acting coach, and what his method is called choiceless awareness, where you learn your lines at a monotone and know your lines very well. Then you go on in front of the camera and you have no idea. You go into your most creative state and perform that way, and it often brings a very interesting, unusual, and surprising effect. Mm-hmm. And I'm very fortunate I've worked with Steve because so many actors who go to class are often fearful of their class. They do all kinds of strange exercises, and what we do is in front of the camera every week. We work in front of the camera. We do cryogenic readings. We pick up a script, read it, without any preparation whatsoever in front of a camera. And then the next week we have it memorized and then we perform it.
Wow.
That's the way it goes. It's a very unusual method of working. Charles Conrad, who was the teacher of Michelle Pfeiffer and Corbin Burnson and also Steve Easton, worked with this approach. And Steve took over the studio when Charles retired and has been in the studio for 20-some years. At the same time, he's a very active actor. He's been in many movies and TV shows and commercials. Mm-hmm. So I feel very nurtured. It's we have class tonight. I feel it's like an oasis during the week.
And you can tell people about, what you're doing as well, too, because you also appear in a few music videos as well, too. And last we talked, you had fun on quite a few, especially one that's out right now where you're trying to, talk to someone about a loud party, but then next thing you know it, you end up having fun. So maybe have a little fun with on that one, too. So.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. I'm the angry neighbor who's reading his newspaper and hearing a lot of noise across the street. So I stomp out of the house, run across the street, and actually the two scenes take place in different parts of Los Angeles. So one's in Hollywood and one's in Studio City. But that's the suspended disbelief. I run to the house, they open the door, and then some beautiful young ladies, "Oh, welcome to our party." And I come in, and they get me drinks. They have fake cocaine. I've never been to a cocaine party, but only where they have fake cocaine. Mm-hmm. And I take my shirt off, get on the stage, and sing. And as I was doing this, it was just all spontaneous. I asked myself, how many guys in my graduating class at Monterey High School in Lubbock, Texas, are doing this right now, or even would think of doing this? They're probably in front of the TV watching some ball game or whatever,
or
trying to,
possibly Netflix or something, or whatever's on Lifetime. So I know how that goes. You can just say, "Hey, if you all watch something, I was like, watch this video here." So.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a number of videos. I think the first one I was in, I played a Russian manager of a ballet company